Lamentation of Roses. The roses in the dustbin that you may have seen, once they were the birds of the green tree, before they were thrown to meet the dirt. Their existence made the tree to lost its senses in the garden. The beauty of the roses rule over the world, but the Homo sapiens very excitedly plucked them out from their lives. After a while, their petals touches the dirt. Their thorns, which were meant to protect the beauty of the roses, they failed to do so. In return, they become rebellions. They turned against the Homo sapiens, who just know to get the roses but don't know how to appreciate their growth. They are plucking them for admiring, but indeed they kill them by murdering their redness and turning their charm into the blood. After that, they demanded from the roses to be like it was before. But only a human knows that the dead corpse will never stay. Its destination is actually the mud, and no one dared to care about the dead petals. Then why they call their murdering as appreciation of the roses, when their appreciation become the reason of death for the roses? We are so meaningful people, even we can't bear a flower in the garden. We pluck, smell, admire, and when flower shrinks, we throw it to meet trash. Rabbles of ocean. I astonished when I saw the water drops were rapping against the ocean by explaining its power, by murmuring with winds to erode its tides. Tides that no one had seen before. But they forget to arise as the tides when they had to be strong. Each drop was ready to submerge in water and become an ocean by opposing its own existence. So why were they fighting with their own mob? These tears. These tears stepped me down where the water flowed in its calmness, where sun hid behind the clouds, where trees sang the melody, where the player dwelled by jotting down the lyrics of its surrounding, where my eyes analyzed the heights of sky, where birds flew in organized pattern, where my heart made me smile, where fragrance of roses made me fly, where I had to be the part of nature, where I felt myself the lyrical poem of its flight. A desolate tree. Being flowers, they danced in the gale, with the waves of fear in the bright sunlight, while the desolate tree from far away was seeing the exuberant view of flowers, while enjoying their pleasure, by thinking how they grew up together, how they enjoyed the rising of sun together, how they shared happiness together, how they bloomed together. The desolate tree wanted to feel the same feeling by seeing them jovial from far away. But the one thing that hit his mind refreshed his memories that he had when he had green leaves with him. He knew that he would never had this feeling again as his leaves were gone. But he had to depart the elegical tone from his life by appreciating the optimistical view of flowers, as life is not about only our happiness, but also about enjoying others' happiness. Unconscious mind. Remember that. Never ever utter the hopeless words from your mouth, because our unconscious mind has tendency to accept what we say. If our unconscious mind start to act on our pessimistic thinking, then everything will be on wrong track. Not your responsibility. You are not responsible for the imaginary things that someone created about you. It's not your responsibility to clean up the dirt of their gossips that they made about you. The most terrible thing between thinking and reality is that the people made up the stories by their own, while the characters turn out innocent and they have to harvest the punishment which is not for them. Never let yourself to be calm inside. When you feel fire will burn you, then be a tornado and defeat the fire. Because if you calm inside, then you will lost yourself in the conspiracy of environment. Remember that. It's okay if someone defeats you, you will rise again. But it's not okay if your own self defeats you. As losing yourself means the death of yourself. And you know, after the death, nothing remains. Even it doesn't matter, it's the death of your body or soul. Death is always death. Challenges. When air in its anguished nature brings challenges for the birds by hindering their way to fly, birds never stop flying. Instead, they use the resistance for flying towards glory. You will never hear from them that they can't fly just because the air hindered their way, just because the air opposed them. So be like them, turn your resistance into your success. Let your wings to bear the challenges and travel towards the destiny. Permanent heartache. Never become a source of someone's permanent heartache just because of your temporary sentiments. Light. Evil as a source of darkness, entangled in fear. Darkness want to rule light, but the rays of light from far away, by traveling millions of distance, arrive and illuminate all the dark except the darkness inside trees. Who don't want to shed the light on their arrogance, they led themselves towards darkness. While those who know their arrogance willingly correct themselves, they become the light and travel towards the path whose destiny is light. Face mirror of reality. Don't imagine the life of someone else and expect that it will settle as you want. Remember that you don't know what is happening in someone's life or what had happened. So come out from your daydreaming. Have a look over the reality mirror. Then think how to stand in front of that mirror. Because, dear, it's a matter of lives, not life. So instead of being emotional, accept the reality, be happy, and stand erect. Don't involve in someone's matter that you don't know at all. Give respect and never ever ruin others' reputation on wrong perceptions, because you can earn money whenever you want, but if reputation is lost, you can't earn it back. Set your aims. Set your aims, work for them. Let your unconsciousness to know your aim, and let the word to decorate the path for you. Don't feel dismayed just because you met the thorns. You know that thorns are for the protection of flowers. Only those can get the garden full of flowers who are brave enough to bear the thorns. Bear the pain and keep going on. Falling and rising is your destiny, but make sure falling doesn't make you fall. Come on, keep going. Leave all the sorrows and pessimism behind.